welcome to WUSA's virtual help desk. I hope you are still social distancing and always wearing your mask. Today I'll be speaking to you about the Domestic Violence Act. At our WUSA help desk, we've been receiving a number of calls concerning abuse and gender-based violence. So I'm just going to share with you briefly some of the remedies that are available for you at law. The various forms of violence in terms of the Domestic Violence Act are physical abuse, which includes hitting, punching, kicking, any manner of physical injury or harm inflicted on your body becomes physical abuse. And the law says that it's a criminal offense, you should report it to the police. The Domestic Violence Act also criminalizes all forms of sexual abuse, which include violations of your sexual integrity. Any form of sexual violence where there is non-consensual sex, including rape, including indecent assault, anything that is violating yourself sexually by another person becomes sexual abuse. A lot of people have also wondered and have been asking us, how about if you are in a marriage? Is marital rape a crime in our country? Yes, in terms of the Domestic Violence Act, it does not matter if you are married. You can actually be experiencing rape where it is a form of forced non-consensual sex despite the fact that you may be married to that person. So the Domestic Violence Act actually provides that it is a crime and you should be able to report that. Emotional, verbal and psychological abuse are also other forms of domestic violence that are articulated in the law. This includes repeated insults, ridicule or name calling. You are a dog. That is name calling. That is an insult to you. You should not be tolerating that kind of abuse. It removes your confidence as a person. Report it. Repeated threats to cause harm or injury to you is also a part of emotional and psychological abuse. Obsessive jealousy. Your privacy needs to be protected. So obsessive jealousy may even take the form of stalking. Or they are actually sending people to stalk you to know your whereabouts. That becomes also a form of domestic violence. And any other behavior that causes mental injury to you becomes also a form of emotional abuse. There are also other forms of economic abuses that the Domestic Violence Act articulates. For instance, you may be married or staying together as partners or in a family setup, but you find that the person who is actually the head of the household is not bringing in finances for the upkeep of the family. Maybe the wife or the father agikutoshanda zvake anomwa mari yese kudoro. Mari iyoyo aitombotumirwi wana kubhadhara mafees vana vasikuenda kuchikoro, rent aibhadharwe, magetsi abhadharwe, grocery atenge. That becomes economic abuse. Kunyanya muna January muno we received a number of calls from women who were really struggling with this form of abuse. Murume wangu asikubhadhara fees yevana, asikubhadhara rent, akikumwa doro zvakamira zvakadai. These are all forms of economic abuse. The other forms of economic abuse also relate to expenses that you know that in a household setup you should actually be sharing. For instance, there could be medical expenses related to direct beneficiaries like your children, your spouse. If you are in a domestic setup, you should actually be benefiting from your spouse being able to contribute to some of these household expenses. I'll also talk about intimidation, which includes uttering or conveying a threat or causing a complainant to receive a threat or fear. Threatening another person. These threats of intimidation are all forms of domestic abuse. Harassment, for instance, watching, loitering around a person's home. Asi John Roscoe nokamba uchimona achitenderera muneighborhood wako akikudei kukutyisidzira. That is harassment. So these are also forms of domestic abuse. Having someone loitering in your neighborhood, around your workplace, kana kuchechi kwaunenge uchinda. Harassment that causes fear and intimidation. Sometimes random emails, messages and threats to your social media accounts, per WhatsApp, per Facebook. These are also forms of intimidation and harassment that you also need to be paying attention to. But a lot of people now ask, I'm feeling that I'm being abused, what do I do? The Domestic Violence Act provides remedies that are both civil and criminal. It really depends how you want your matter to be handled. But I'll quickly say all cases of a verbal abuse, emotional abuse and economic abuse are usually dealt with a civil matter. Criminal offenses, although you get a remedy at law. So what do? You need to call a legal service provider nearest to you or go to your nearest police station and report to victim-friendly desk. Each police office in Zimbabwe has a victim-friendly unit desk that is there. Ukashaya victim-friendly unit, kumbika kona officer in charge oti nini yangu nyaya de domestic violence ndibetsereyo vanokubatsira nekukutsana ngoti mutemo unoti chi. And then you are also supposed to do court papers, a protection order. Kazhinji kacho vanokubetsera vemapurisa kana kuti your legal aid service provider will assist you to draft paper, a protection order. Auchatsanangura nyaya yako nezviri kuitika nezvausiri kuda kuti zviitike. Saka kana ndiri kurohwa ndinoti ndatonyora John Oscar kundirova musi wakati zvakati zvakaitika. Ndoda kuti zviregetse kana kuti arambidzwe nedare kuramba achindirira mberi. Do not struggle at home uri wega uchitambuka nemunhu aikukuabusa. Please contact our help desk 080800479 080800479. That number is a free line. It is a toll-free line. You'll find a lawyer who will respond to you and assist you. Please also report domestic violence to the police. Do not be silent. Tikaramba takanyarara dambudziko redomestic violence hariperi muZimbabwe. Ngatitaurei. Tell your relatives, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell the police so that you can be assisted.